The end of Forsaken. Welcome back to another one, y'all. I know it's been a couple of days. My fault. I had to go shoot a music video. Go check out my main channel if you're interested in that. It hasn't dropped yet, but my first single has a music video. Check out my Spotify. Everything at IsiahCozy, links, whatever. All right, so it feels like every time I join a community or I'm about to join a community, people get exposed. And I'd be just like, dang, bro, I just started playing Forsaken. The video went crazy. I want to do a part 2, but I feel like I can't do a part 2 until I understand the drama. Like, people getting exposed, bro. What are y'all devs doing? I don't know the totality of the situation. So I'm finna watch the video and we finna see why Forsaken is under heat. This content's for educational and entertainment content, blah blah, are based publicly.
Recently, the Roblox developer Soul-Driven Love has been exposed again, just 2 months after Parler released a video defending them, unaware of the disturbing new information that would soon come to light. At first glance, this might seem like another case of internet.
Whenever I hear the name Parlo, I know it's gonna get bad, bro.
Drama. Maybe some
not because Parlo's a bad dude or, you know, person, but Parlo is just a drama channel in general.
As mistakes with a few misunderstandings. What surfaced now goes far beyond that. These are serious criminal. Soul-Driven Love, formerly known as a robotic developer and the creator of the Roblox game Forsaken, has
so this person made Forsaken. So this is not a dev. This is the creator of Forsaken. Jeez, bro, come on. I like the game. Chill, bro, chill.
Been accused of financially supporting a neo-German dictator and a known...
You were doing what? I'm sorry, bro. It's not even that funny, but A, I'm sleep deprived because I just finished the 8-hour road trip. And B, why is the creator of a Roblox game that's popular and making money financially supporting Hitler? Like, what is happening in the world, bro? Hold on, let me make sure I heard this correctly.
Game Forsaken has been accused of financially supporting a neo-German dictator and a known offender, lying about removing a developer with a history of child distributing illegal material himself, and blackmailing multiple victims. And he doesn't stop there. He's also been accused of manipulating minors, inserting content involving a 15-year-old's original character into a modded game, and driving one of his victims to the point of... Despite all of this, he continues to present himself as someone who's changed, while privately stalking, harassing, and re-traumatizing.
Yo, my fault. I know my hair nappy, chat. I know, bro. I know. My bed not made neither. I just told y'all. I came back from a road trip. I just hopped on. I need to upload. Dude, what is happening? What am I watching and hearing? I need more information, bro. This is...
the people he hurt. Even with all this, there was still a narrative painting him as misunderstood.
Yo, how many crimes can you commit in the span in like a one lifetime, bro? I feel like he's committed, like what? He's on that Kanye timing.
Left out almost every serious allegation, but within days of the latest evidence going public, the Forsaken development team quickly stripped him of his ownership, handing the game over to a new team. In this video, we're going to break down everything that's happened.
Imagine making one of the best games of all time, and then they just strip it, over
the past few days, everything Soul-Driven Love tried, and why he should have never had this platform in the first place. This isn't about cancel culture, it's about consequences. Before we dive in, make sure to like and subscribe. This is an ongoing situation, and more updates are likely to follow. Now, let's get into this whole situation. So 3 days ago, Roblox player uploaded a video onto YouTube titled, "No, Soul-Driven Love is not innocent." And in that video, they laid out one of the most detailed and disturbing timelines I've seen in a long time. This wasn't a hit piece, it was a full-on documentation of Soul's actions, backed by screenshots, archived logs, and survivor testimonies that paint a horrifying picture of who they really are behind the scenes. The video goes over multiple accusations. One of the most shocking ones is that Soul financially supported a teenager named Fungus, who is currently in a juvenile detention center for racially motivated attempted Fungus, his sister's boyfriend, simply because he was Turkish, and that alone should be enough to make anyone cut ties with him. But Soul-Driven Love didn't. Instead, he continued defending Fungus, claiming he wasn't, despite the hate crime and the fact that he also owned and distributed material, or otherwise known as cheese pizza. And
bro, I don't have no comment. I'm gonna just watch, bro, before I get my comments.
Here's where it gets worse. Soul used money earned from Forsaken, a Roblox game played by thousands of kids, to help pay for Fungus's rehabilitation. Not because he was legally obligated to, but because in his own words, he thought Fungus deserved another chance. He's more willing to support an offender than to acknowledge the people he's hurt. But this isn't just about guilt by association. Soul himself has been accused of spreading directly. The document shows that in 2019, while catfishing someone, Soul obtained image of a 16-year-old and held onto them for 2 years before spreading them in a Discord server in front of the victim and multiple other minors. He later tried to deflect the blame by saying it was someone else impersonating him, but the screenshots show otherwise. There's even evidence that he blackmailed the victim by threatening to share those images again. And
yo, bro, what?
this isn't an isolated incident. Soul has blamed multiple people over the years. Fungus, QXO, even random impersonators, yet he continues to stay friends with the same people he claims are responsible. Either he's lying, or he's surrounding himself with people who committed serious crimes in his name. Either way, it's indefensible. Let's move on to another person Soul protected, a developer named Stoppy Blue, also known as Dead Salmon or Adenator 5. According to the document, Stoppy Blue was an age-play role player who
You were pretending to be a different age? You can't.
people into disturbing fantasy scenarios involving characters as young as 8 years old. Soul claimed that he removed him from the Forsaken dev team in January of 2025, but screenshots show that 2 months later, Stoppy Blue was still in the Forsaken Discord server and every emote he made was still in the game with full credit. When confronted about this, Soul admitted that he only removed Stoppy Blue's name temporarily and put it back out of fear of a DMCA strike. He said he didn't want to draw attention to the situation, so he chose to keep the content in the game and pretend like it wasn't a problem. A PDF file was still featured in a Roblox game with their name on full display, and Soul only acted when people outside his circle noticed. But even that isn't the most disturbing part of the story.
Bro, how is it worse? How? Bro, how can this story possibly get any worse?
According to multiple victims, Soul didn't just platform PDF files, he was one. In 2019, Soul catfished a 16-year-old boy and obtained images. In 2021, he posted those images in a Discord server, tagging the victim in real time, while others, mostly minors, were forced to see it. Victims say he invited friends to watch, posted alongside
You said invited people to watch? What do you mean watch? What?
the image, and deleted it minutes later when he knew a mod wouldn't catch it in time. And when called out, he blames
Well, nah, there's logs.
someone else. First Fungus, then QXO, but in screenshots, Soul admits to catfishing the victim. He admits to having the images, and there are messages showing him threatening to leak them. That isn't just disgusting, it's criminal. In another incident, he posted a video claiming it was him hiring. He was 14 at that time, meaning that video, if real, would be considered, and he shared it with minors in his Discord server, pinging everyone so they'd all see it. This isn't someone who made a mistake, that's someone who weaponized for attention. Soul has constantly tried to rewrite history. He uses the same script every time. He didn't know better. He's changed. And maybe if this happened once, you could believe that. But it didn't happen once. It happened over and over again, and each time he blamed someone else while staying friends with the people he supposedly cut off. Now, let's talk about the victims Soul tried to silence. One victim, a minor, was manipulated by Soul through 2 separate accounts, Robotic Developer and Soul Driven Love. Under one account, he harassed her and her friends, doxed them, and cropped their faces onto imagery. Under the other, he comforted her, listened to her vents, and pretended to be her friend. She didn't even know they were the same person until months later. That kind of psychological left her. She developed multiple mental health conditions, was forced into therapy, and later admitted to for months because of what Soul did. And when she finally spoke up, Soul didn't respond herself. No, he had his ex, Marcy, reach out and try to silence her through guilt, telling her if she said anything, Soul could be framing his safety as more important than the damage he caused. And then there's Chi and Nico, formerly known as Cabby. These were some of Soul's earliest victims and the ones he went the furthest to erase. After being cut off by Nico in 2021, Soul became obsessed. He spread rumors that she was transphobic, fake screenshots to make it look like she doxed him, and then, with the help of his friends, he created a Friday Night Funkin' mod designed to humiliate her. The mod
Let me get this right, bro. Okay.
included diaper art of her original character from when she was 15. By Soul's own admission, and he added it on purpose. Even after a supposed reconciliation, he kept going. He returned to harass her on burner accounts, revived the mod, and posted more artwork of her original character.
But like, why? What do you gain out of that? That's evil. I ain't gonna lie, if you're doing that just to make them feel away, that's evil. That's literally evil. You're a villain.
At one point, he impersonated a victim of his own past actions just to gain
like, you do once, you don't know better, slap on the wrist, you know, second chance, whatever, but Multiple offenses, bro. Come on.
Gain Chi's sympathy and re-enter her game dev server. He lied to her face, offered to help script for her game, and stayed there for 3 months until his girlfriend outed him. This isn't just drama, this is a serial manipulator weaponizing his past to keep hurting people, then hiding behind a new username when it gets too much. And for the longest time, the only major commentary video on this was Parlo's, a video that skipped nearly all of this, that framed Soul as the victim, that dismissed the survivors as malicious or attention.
And it's a 48-minute video. Jeez, ugh.
Seeking, they used buzzwords and misdirection to paint the entire situation as fake. Now, to alleviate some pressure off of Parlo, I spoke to him in private, and Parlo did confirm that Soul manipulated and lied to him about certain things in his video, and has already announced that he'll be making a video of his own explaining certain things. After the
if Parlo making a new video, you know what time it is.
Backlash started gaining traction, Soul finally broke his silence with a public message, and on the surface, it reads like what you'd expect, a calm, measured post promising a full response when the resources are available. But let's break that down. The quote, "We aren't ignoring it." That line alone tells you how worried he is about appearances. That tone isn't professional, it's defensive. He immediately tries to soften the blow by saying they've been talking internally for the past few days, but fails to acknowledge how serious the accusations are. There's no mention of victims, no recognition of harm, just a vague promise that he'll eventually respond once he has the time and the means to do so. He also claims he only just now got in touch with the video's author because their DMs were disabled. That conveniently ignores the fact that this evidence has been public for days. Anyone who wanted to speak up could have done so by now. Soul chose silence until the pressure became too loud. Then there's this line. I want to ensure that everything I talk about is accurate with sources and that I properly hold myself accountable for everything that I need to. It's
but like, I don't, he know what he did. Why are we, or they, I don't, bro. Why are we acting like all the screenshots and information not there, bro? Shit.
Sounds good on paper, but it's textbook PR damage control. It's non-committal. It implies that some parts of the document might be exaggerated or intentionally excluded, which subtly casts doubt on the victims again, instead of taking full accountability from the start. It's an attempt to pre-frame his response as more trustworthy than the people exposing him. Now, let's not ignore the end of that message, where he says he's only writing this to keep his friends out of the harassment. That might sound noble, but it's a deflection attempt. It reframes the backlash as a threat to his circle, rather than a natural consequence of years of manipulation, abuse, and criminal behavior. Something I actually find pretty weird is that they're pretty openly promoting the video that is exposing themselves. Like, I don't really understand the point in promoting a video that literally calls you a PDF file, but you don't address it at all in your tweet. Make it make sense. So what does all this tell us? Soul isn't responding because he's ready to own up, he's responding because he's cornered. Just hours after Soul's message went public, the Forsaken team issued their own statement, and this one was way more telling. In it, they confirm what many people were already suspecting. Soul is no longer in control. Ownership of Forsaken is now in the hands of the new owners Basil and IsiahCozy.
But how that work? Like, the transfer, did they sell it or is it just theirs now? That's crazy.
Two devs from the team. They admit that things have been rocky and say they're still in the process of transferring everything over, but they wanted to be transparent. The most important takeaway here, this wasn't a planned handoff. It was a reaction to the timing makes it pretty clear.
He probably still got a cut of the game. They probably just cutting ties to save face, but I'm sure he's still getting paid from it. Because there's no way if he made the game, they could transfer the assets, but as far as the money go, his
message was damage control, but the team's statement was the actual consequence. And even though they try to stay neutral and hopeful, there's still a sense of unease. IsiahCozy literally says, to be completely honest and more casual, I'm a bit terrified, and I think Basil is too. That's not confidence, that's a team trying to rebuild something that was nearly destroyed. It shows how serious this fallout really is. At the end of the day, Soul's response was an attempt to control the narrative, but Forsaken team's move to quickly replace him is the part that actually matters, because it proves they know the situation beyond defending. So far, this is everything I've seen regarding the situation, and it genuinely disgusts me how easily Soul got away with everything in March. Now, I do want to point out, I do not blame Parlo, as he was only pushing out Soul's response, and after speaking to him privately once again, he pointed out that Soul was manipulating him into making that defense video. Meanwhile, I do not know the full validity of that. It brings up a lot of concern regardless. Once again, please make sure to like and subscribe, as this is an ongoing situation. If it is necessary to make another video on this, it will be made with more information that will...
Interesting. I mean, listen, I watched this with very minimal information, and from what I took away, look, somebody do something, you look at it, you dissect it, everybody has their, they formulate their own opinion, and we move on. But when somebody does something again and again and again and again, it's kind of like you can't really not address it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're hurting people. But who knows, man? I'm just a regular guy on the internet. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all don't want me to not play Forsaken no more because they transfer ownership. But let me know if you guys want more Forsaken. Let me know what you think about the drama. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.